Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, she keeps seeing disturbing visions of brutal murders. Man, I need to know what streaming service she's using. Tonight's movie, Malignant.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Oh, yes, where we've got the cuts, where we've got the guts, and we've got the sluts. Oh man, anyways, everyone's knocked every shit over, man. Oh, talk about the anyways, tonight. Now, during the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, I try to introduce movies to the audiences that perhaps the general horror fan or the novice horror fan have never heard about, and in introducing them to open up their horizons and expand their taste for the horror and the macabre. And so, yes, I do a lot of movies that I feel maybe a little more obscure, a little less known, but I do often try to sprinkle in some of the well-known titles here and there, as well as more contemporary, recent movies also. And tonight is going to be one of those moments where I review the movie Malignant. Yes, Malignant. Not on 4K because it wasn't out on 4K until after I purchased the damn movie. Like, seriously, like, it is 4K universe now, so if you're gonna release a 4K version, do it when you release the regular version. That's why I don't have the movie X yet, because I know that the 4K is gonna come, because there's, like, German ones out there and whatnot. So it's like, and perhaps, you know, you can all blame me, because I haven't purchased X yet, and therefore, the 4K version will not show up here in America until I purchase that, because that's the guarantee. That's the effing guarantee. I mean, like, look, it happened with, what was it? God Told Me To, right? The same thing happened with God Told Me To. By the time I bought the damn Blu-ray, anyways, man, I am. So, Malignant. What is Malignant about? Well, it's Malignant, directed by Mr. James Wan, who directed The Conjuring. So, Malignant starts off at a institute, the Simeon Institute, I believe, or whatever. Anyways, at this institute, apparently one of the patients is quite unruly, and by unruly I mean murderous. And well, the doctors are kind of sick of it, and now aren't having any of it, and so it's time to cut the cancer out. And apparently, this patient also can manipulate electricity and talk through radios and other electrical devices. So yeah, it's really weird. Anyways, fast forward to present day, and a pregnant woman is I would say the pregnant woman and her abusive husband are attacked at night. The abusive husband is murdered. The pregnant woman is attacked. And, of course, she loses her baby, and it really upsets her. However, the police think that, you know, maybe she's responsible, because, you know, the abused wife, alone in the house with the abuser husband, and then the husband ends up dead. But then again, it's like he kind of gets murked in quite a crazy way that you wouldn't think this kind of unassuming woman would be able to do something like that, but, you know, it's rage, right? Anyways, well, apparently she starts getting visions of people being murdered by this long-haired kind of mutilated type face. Anyways, creepy guy killing people, and of course, she's seeing it as if she's being transported to the location. And so she believes she might have some sort of psychic link with this killer. And so, of course, she wants to figure out who the killer is, why the killer's doing it, and try to stop the killer, because honestly, I don't think she wants to witness any more murder and mayhem and just, go back to like a normal life. And of course, the police are involved, and there's questions and motives, and do we believe her, do we not believe her? And all the while, we have the very loyal sister who's kind of like trying to be the voice of calm and sanity in all of this. So, will they be able to figure out who the killer is? Will she be able to stop him and free herself from this visions of death? Will the police believe her? I don't know. You're going to have to watch the movie to find out. So let's get to the scores, shall we? Violence and gore. I am going to give this a 5 out of 5. This is a bonanza of bone-breaking, limb, and blood stabbing all over the place. And also some blunt object splatter. It's pretty throughout. There's toward the end, there is sort of like you would consider it an orgy of violence and death at a police station. And so, it's a 5 out of 5. It's pretty there. It's like, moving on to shock value, 3 out of 5. There are some pretty good jump scares in this movie. It also creates a nice, creepy atmosphere. Also, the kind of reveal is quite shocking, and the look of the main villain also would be kind of shocking. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Very solid, very solid. Moving on to plot, I am going to give this a 2.5 out of 5, because let's face it, at the end of the day, when you're watching the credits roll, this movie and its plot has been done before, and has been done before a lot. I'm not saying that they did it poorly. They did it well. However, it was really predictable. Honestly, I figured almost everything out almost perfectly. With a little bit of... sure, I guess I've watched 1.5 million horror movies in my lifetime, I guess. And so, I guess it would be hard to just, trick me. But yet, it can happen, and it's wonderful when it happens, but when it really becomes obvious, I've got to knock down the points. I'm sorry. So, 2.5 out of 5. We feel like, they were trying to reinvent the wheel. But the wheel's pretty good, and it's really hard to make the wheel, radically different and better than it already is. So 2.5 out of 5. Moving on to acting, I am going to give this a 4 out of 5. Honestly, I liked pretty much everyone in this movie. I liked the guy, the man who played the detective. I loved the sister, the main character herself, even the side characters. I thought all did a pretty great and outstanding job. The partner, she's fine, but she just felt like she was playing a character instead of a real person, because she seemed a little character-esque. Then, she didn't feel super authentic. She felt like she was, a sidekick, part comic relief in certain aspects. Not like full-blown comic. It's hard to describe. She felt like a Wanda Sykes parody. And I'm gonna look at this and it's gonna find out that it's actually Wanda Sykes in this movie, and I'll be like, I'll feel bad about it. But as of right now, I don't know who the actress is. It just felt like that. And I'm gonna look this up, and I'm gonna delete this video, and then I'm gonna record a whole new video, and no one's gonna know this actually happened. or I'm right, and you've heard my thought processes on it. Anyways, so yeah, 4 out of 5. Moving on to Nudity, and it's a modern movie. Do I even need to say the score? It's a modern movie. That's not X. 0 out of 5. And we actually had opportunities. Anyways, moving on. Enjoyment factor. I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was fun. It was violent. It was almost somewhat of an action film, especially getting toward the end. And I did like the twists and turns, even though I've seen it before and I predicted what was going on. Even the final shock. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, this is what's happening. Called it. Anyways, still enjoyable, nice. 3.5 out of 5. My overall impression is going to be a 3 out of 5. One of the issues that I'm going to have with this movie is that, you know, it's a new movie. It looks clean. It's clear. It doesn't have that sort of grittiness. It's too clean in a way. And also, the fight scenes, well, over the top, lacked some realism where it felt more like a cutscene in a video game and looked like a cutscene in a video game. Like maybe it was all CG and I could tell it was CG, and it really kind of took me out of the moment during that time. It was a little annoying. It didn't completely break the movie experience for me, but it was like, it was disappointing. And it bothered me enough that it shook me out of the movie and I have to talk about it. So it's like, yeah, I know CG is a wonderful tool and it can be really beautiful, but you really got to like rewatch some things when you're using it and go like, does this look like it's real? Does this look like it's happening? Or does it look like it's a cutscene in a movie? Or not a movie, a video game, where it's like it's all CG with no humans involved at all. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just saying, it's strange. It bothered me. I'm gonna put that out there. It's probably why the enjoyment and the overall scores aren't as high as it could be, because honestly, it is kind of like a 4 out of 5 movie in many ways. But yeah, it's not 3 out of 5, and that averages out to a 3 out of 5, which is very fitting because it's a good movie. It's an above average movie. It does a nice job. It's fun. It's violent. Some of the pitfalls of modern movies and modern horror movies are there on display, and it shows, and those tend to just bring it down a bit. So, but it's still great. It's still a great movie. So I recommend watching it, maybe even picking it up on 4K, because, it's out and available for any of you to like buy now, as opposed to when I was buying this, it wasn't available. I should let it go, right? Let it go, Zankoku, let it go. I'm not going to sing that shit. No, anyway, so thank you again for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And please do all the things, and stuff that you're supposed to do at the end or beginning or during the video. Anyways, I'm just saying. All that stuff. All that YouTube junk that you're not doing because no one's listening at this moment. Anyways, well, thanks anyways for watching another episode of 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember, internet, to stay scary. And also, don't put post-shower scenes in horror movies There's no point. There's no point. You're just teasing us at that point. If you're gonna have a shower scene in a movie, show the tits. If you're not gonna show the tits, there's no point in the shower scene. Don't even bother. Scrap it. Whatever. I don't. Well, I'm gonna be cool by showing all these camera angles that covers everything. No, you're not cool. You're not cool. You're a douche. I'm not saying that happens in this movie. I'm just saying that there was anyways, whatever. Anyways, I'm in a mood tonight. I am like rare, rare mood here. Just everything's getting to me. The pressure's getting to me, guys. The pressure's getting to me. Yeah. Anyways. I mean, it's just unnecessary. Come on.